And welcome back to This Day, and we are going to be joined by the old pros today, and they are right here. Not so old pros. Let's just go with the not so old pros. I want to welcome Kate Barclay and Tonya Redmond. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Thank you very much.
And you guys have some great stuff coming up. Do you want to jump right into it? I mean, with like the Shakespeare.
Yeah, well, we have, let's see, it's Shakespeare's monologues
Women.
and Shakespeare's women and the different monologues and that kind of thing. A lot of people shy away from Shakespeare because they're worried that they're not going to understand it. So hopefully by us doing just small snippets, they're going to be able to get an idea and, hear it up close and be able to understand it better.
Yeah, and the interesting thing here, I remember from when I was in elementary school that back in the day, women weren't allowed to perform in plays, so Shakespeare's women were really men. so it's kind of a how it should have been kind of performance, right? Like this is let's let women portray these female characters.
Yes.
Finally.
Right? But no, theater was.
Omen.
Yes, it was forbidden. It was,
Right.
Cheapened the women. They could be prostitutes, but not actors.
There you go. So, what should people look forward to in this? I mean, obviously, it's not an actual Shakespeare play, but it's the kind of the individual, essence of these characters.
Each piece is a different piece that is not so recognizable. Carol Glenn chose, and David Deering chose monologues that aren't so well known or so overdone.
Yeah.
And so they give the essence of the character, I think, in a different way than just a piece that every graduate student performs for their auditions. So it's a different monologue.
Except for the last one, which is the ultimate monologue of Catherine from Taming of the Shrew.
Okay.
And her
And is that yours?
Yes.
That's yours.
So you kind of get maybe these Ophelian. I mean, do we get the feel for these
Yes.
characters and these
Yes.
and these here their background and that kind of thing, like what we imagined they could be like?
I think so. I think that's the idea behind this, is doing something engaging and more natural to us today that we can all relate to.
Yeah,
Okay.
that we can get an understanding of it. Also, what's great about it, that our upcoming meeting, which is on the 29th, which is a Monday, which is different for Old Pros. Old Pros, I believe, is usually on a Wednesday. So with all the room shifting with Clubhouse One, we ended up on a Monday. At 7 o'clock
Well, there you
on
go.
the 29th.
Looking forward to those performances. Barbara Rush, you have a dedication to her. She was one of the original founders of the Old Pros. Tell us a little bit about Barbara for folks who don't know, and what are you guys doing there?
Lovely human being. I didn't know her as a famous actress. She had an air about her and was very regal but very kind. And I didn't know anything about her career. And you know the list of her films.
Well, I was saying
I just
she-
knew her as a person.
She broke in 51 in the Oscar-winning sci-fi picture When Worlds Collide.
Right.
And then the big one that she got nominated, or she won a Best Newcomer for was, what was it? It's Something from Outer Space.
Okay.
And that was great. But she also did, as you can see as you're putting up there, she did a lot of films. She did a lot of TV shows. She was the grandmother on Seventh Heaven. She was in just every show that was on in the 60s and 70s, really worked.
And she performed a lot of shows here.
Yeah.
In Laguna Wood.
And what's it like when you come into a group like Old Pros? You guys have been here for a few years doing these, but what's it like to come in and have that kind of legacy that some of you don't even know about, but there's this legacy of actors and people who've done this, and they've brought all that experience to Laguna Woods Village.
I think it's fabulous because they are so generous. They're professionals and they continue to work here, but they have these incredible careers outside in Hollywood or New York, London, and to work with people who've performed all over the world and bring in a newbie. It's nice, it's lovely.
Allow you in the door.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people at Laguna Woods, they step through their fear that they had maybe before they came to Laguna Woods, and they were like, oh no, I couldn't possibly go on stage. And then what they discover is, you know what, I can. everybody's doing this kind of thing, and this is my second, second entree into doing what I want to do. And so we get a lot of like new newbies that have never been on stage to experienced, and that's great because you have a whole spectrum of ability and you can learn that way.
And Kate, when you first hit the stage, was it like that for you? Was this a newbie kind of experience?
No, I'm a classically trained
okay.
actress with equity, SAG, AFTRA, all of that.
Oh, wow, okay.
Same,
yeah.
but newbie to Laguna Woods.
Okay.
Yeah, so newbie to
Right,
Laguna
we're
Woods.
professional actors. You have to be a professional actor to be a part of the team, but I think, right? I mean,
Well,
they
they're-
bring some people in who wanted to act but have never had that opportunity.
Yeah, and that's really great because then they do get to learn from the old pros. And what's really nice is that if you have an idea or a project that you think really would be neat to do, you can come and talk to the president or the board and say, hey, I'd really like to do this project, and they're open to it.
Okay. Do you guys have any favorites that you've done over the years?
Oh, I really am so proud of Lion in Winter with John Perrick and Odette Derryberry, who've gone on. And I was fortunate to play Shakespeare's wife, Anne Hathaway, in Shakespeare's Will. It was a one-woman show here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. When I first started here, the Old Pros was doing a country teleplay and to raise money for the Equestrian Center, and so we started to do that, and then it evolved into a fundraiser with country music, and Moonshiners had begun, and we started to do tons of fundraisers.
Good.
And so that broke me into meeting everybody, and then plays and Theater Guild and Old Pros, and there's just so much to be able to do that you really kind of go, oh wow, I'm not getting anything else done.
Well, you're doing 5 shows in a row, right? You said 5 shows, so that's crazy. She's working.
I might have over-committed.
Just slight overcommitment. All right. Well, for folks who want to get out to see Shakespeare's Women, it's going to be on April 29th at Clubhouse 7. It's this next Monday. Doors open at 6:30. Show is 7 p.m. Members are free, and non-members are $5.
Exactly.
So expensive.
You guys are both playing roles in this?
We are.
We are.
Yeah.
Both
Who
doing
are you
monologues.
playing?
Titania in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Katerina in Taming of the Shrew.
All right. Well, get out there, folks, and enjoy that. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
When we come back, we'll be talking to the folks from Memorial Care and Fit Brain Club. Stay with us.